Hey guys, and welcome to Pretty Eyes. My name is Lavana. If this is your first time tuning in on this show is for domestic violence survivors life after. First of all, I would like to give God the honor and the glory because if it was not for Him, I wouldn't be able to sit here and do this show. This show is to encourage people that have been in past relationships for domestic violence, also people that have gotten out of the domestic violence situation and they were liking to move forth, also to encourage and empower people, men and women, that have been through a very rough time with any type of domestic situation. So first of all, guys, I would like to say if this is your first time, hit that bell, subscribe, and that way you can get future notifications for things that are coming forth. A couple of shows previously, I have had several people on the show discussing, their domestic violence or even verbal abuse or different emotional abuse or things that have came, to them. Things that they've gotten out of and how they got out of it and also what they're doing today. So with that being said, going forward, I will be having more people on the show discussing domestic violence, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, different things that they went through and how they got out of it to hope that it will help someone encouraged to leave the abuser, get out of a situation like that. It's been really hard for a lot of people and they may not know the proper steps to take. So I just hope that this is something that can help someone. If you feel free to reach out, speak to someone, speak to a counselor. I always leave a hotline number at the end of the shows so that way if you don't feel comfortable talking to someone you don't know, it's a person that's biased of the situation and the information will remain confidential. Sorry. So with that being said, this show is to basically show your eyes in a beautiful light, show yourself in a beautiful way after coming out of something that can be horrendous for a lot of people. So today I'm going to be talking about taking time with yourself and celebrating yourself. And what that means, guys, as far as celebrating yourself, you need to surround yourself around people that celebrate you, people that have your best interest at heart, people that push you to go to the next drive in life. Sometimes people lose their self when they've been through a domestic violence situation or even an emotional situation. Sometimes it takes a person a long time to get, moving forward. So that way they can, maintain and kind of go forth with the things that God has in store for them. And you don't want to miss out on your blessing just because something bad happened. I'm also a survivor after 21 years. It was a very long time ago, but it's never too late to tell your story. So I really hope that this can encourage someone. Jot down some notes if you choose to. Share it over to someone, because if it's not for you, it may be beneficial to someone else that could help them. So first of all, make sure that you always hang out and surround yourself around people that actually celebrate you. And that could mean, treating yourself, hanging out with people that really adore you. And they may have known what you've been through, but they're not using any judgment or passing judgment on you. And they want to see you do better. They want to see you go forward. Things you can celebrate, things that you've accomplished, whether it's big or small. It doesn't have to be necessarily like school graduations. It could be a small accomplishment like just getting yourself moved into another location. It can be getting a new job. Just make sure that you celebrate yourself. Another thing is making sure, like I said, that people have your best interest at heart. And that could be like things that you, aspirations that you have. You may tell someone something that you want to do, but you may not know how to go about it, to get the thing started. Whatever that is for you, reach out. There's plenty of resources, different people that are doing things, and try to network, in that area, whatever it is that you're trying to do, for yourself. Also, make sure that you are strong and make sure you always ask God to give you strength because that is how I was able to move past, past the things that happened to me in the past. Ask Him for the strength because sometimes you're so weak as a human that you may not be able to just pull your own strength out. You have to ask for help, and it's okay. It's okay to ask for help because remember, you want to make sure that you're showing pretty eyes. You want to make sure that you are vibrant, where you show yourself friendly to people, where you're able to network and get these connections going so you can move forward, for the things that you want to do in life. Whether that's a new job, new house, building something, making something, whatever that you're good at. Only you know what it is for yourself. Another thing is celebrating yourself means being good to yourself. So, I always say, fix yourself up. If you don't have the funds to fix yourself up, do something good for yourself. Make sure that you're loving on yourself first and foremost, because once you love on yourself, it will draw other type of people that see that love that's in your heart, and they'll want to be around that. You don't want to be down in the dumps. You don't want to be depressed. You don't want to, walk around and have a pity party for yourself, because those are the things that the enemy will love, so he can just keep on piling and piling more things on you. So you can, get out of that rut, get yourself built up, get yourself back into the stride that we all work hard to do, to be the best self that you can be. Another thing is 3 things that, as I was doing researching on celebrating yourself, they're very good. One thing is to take a break. Just take a break. Sometimes when we're all going too fast, we're working, we're moving, we're trying to get things accomplished. Sometimes you just need to take a break for yourself. Whether that's rest, whether that's just relaxing, whatever your relaxation is for you, take a break for yourself. You're entitled to. We all work hard. We all have a lot of things that we are trying to accomplish. And sometimes we have a lot of deadlines and different things that take place, when you're trying to keep striving, to go to the right direction. So take a break. It's okay to take a break. Another thing is write yourself a gratitude letter. Compliment yourself. Don't put yourself down, even though you may have been through bad things. Compliment yourself. Talk to yourself. Tell yourself, hey, self, you're doing a good job. And just keep going. Because sometimes in life, trials and tribulations will come. That's just a part of life. But you have to maintain a positive outlook on everything that happens. Because the more you think positive, the more positive things will happen for you. Another thing, unleash your inner child, and everybody that knows me know I'm a very spunky, kind of outgoing, happy person. And sometimes you have to dig deep and go back to your childhood and unleash that inner child. Whether that's, right now we all know that the amusement parks are down. For me personally, I love roller coasters. So if you can't get to amusement park, do something fun. Go out and play some softball, baseball, kickball, do a run. Something that gives you that energy, that gives you that stamina, that you want to keep going. Another thing, give yourself a gift. It's okay to treat yourself. Sometimes people feel guilty because they feel like, oh, I got to pay these bills, or I got to do this stuff for these kids, or whatever you got to do. But it's okay to treat yourself, whether that's a good meal for yourself, take yourself to a fancy restaurant, get yourself a spa, a facial, manicure, pedicure, whatever that is for you. And this is for men as well. So this is not just for the women. Everybody needs to take time to yourself and enjoy the fruits of your labor. We were not put on this earth to just work, and drive ourselves into the ground without, replenishing yourself. You have to replenish yourself. Also, celebrate the simple things. Simple things like I was just talking about. Like if it's something that you've accomplished. If you put a wood table together, for an example, and that's something that you've been working on, and it's a small project for you, but you finally got that accomplished. Celebrate yourself. The small things mean just as much as the big things. So I just want to say that I want you guys to keep loving yourself the way you have been. If you haven't been loving yourself, please surround yourself around people that love you, because that will encourage you to know your worth. Everybody is worthy here on earth. We are all sometimes not loved, but you have to put yourself into that situation where you feel loved, you feel self-driven, you want to get things accomplished, but you want to make sure you are networking and keeping yourself surrounded by people that are pulling the best out in you. Because once you do that, it makes you feel good about yourself, first of all. And secondly, it just puts a smile on everybody's face. And the main face needs to be on your face. So remember, we got to show pretty eyes. This show is totally about taking out all of the negativity, putting in positivity, reinforcing how loved you really are. And even if you've been through a bad relationship, like I always say to y'all, love is on the other side, but you have to love yourself first before you can get someone else to love you. And people that are around you, they can tell if you really don't love yourself, if you don't have self-respect for yourself. So it's very important to respect yourself, treat yourself, give yourself a small gift, and it's okay to take that break because we all are going so fast. You don't want to have an explosion, because explosions can be a meltdown. It could be a nervous breakdown. It could be something that really could be detrimental to your health. So, with that being said, I understand that we are all kind of still going through the pandemic. I'm hoping and praying that everybody is really safe. Keep your hands washed, keep those masks on, and keep God first. That's the number one thing, because as long as you reaching out to Him and having a relationship with Him, everything else is going to pan out for you. Ask me how I know. So I just want to say thank you guys for all the texts, the love, the support, the subscriptions. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Like I always say, if it's not something that can be beneficial to you, it may help someone else. So pass the information on. I recently just had a birthday, so I want to say thank you also for all the birthday love and just the support and the people that I know truly love me. And love yourself, because when you give out that love comes back. It's all reciprocity. And with that being said, don't forget to read the scripture of Romans 8:28. That is a very good scripture, because all things, not some things, but read that scripture, and that will be something that can help you. Like I say, next week we will have someone else on the show that will be talking about her domestic abuse that she went through, how she got out of it, what the steps were that she took, and where she's at today. So I just want to say thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. This show airs every Thursday on YouTube. You can also find me on Facebook at Domestic Violence Survivors or at Instagram at Von DeLeon. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask that question, and I will definitely respond right back. I love you guys. I always say, don't forget to show those pretty eyes. You guys have a great day. Stay warm. It's very cold out, and I'm very glad that today is my day off, so I don't have to be out there in the cold. Love you guys. Keep God first, and I'll see you next week. Have a great day, guys.